This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Our goal with our videos is to empower you to be able to do the repairs on your own and save a whole lot of money and also get that great feeling of having fixed it by yourself. Today we have a quick and easy one for you. This will take about only 10 minutes. This is a Samsung electric dryer that isn't heating anymore. We already checked the breaker, and there's two breakers dedicated to the dryer, and both of them were in the full on position. So we know it's something else. So we're going to unplug it, pull it away from the wall, take off the vent tube. We're going to remove two Phillips head screws here from the back, and they're holding on this vent tube that comes out, and also this access panel. We're going to get that out of the way, and there was a lot of lint in there, so I kind of removed that by hand. And back here we can see the heater for the dryer, and there is a thermal fuse that if it gets too hot it'll blow and cut power. To test it we need one of these things, a multi-tester. You can get these for like $11 from Amazon, and that's a good tool to have for testing things for your appliance. I'm going to set mine for continuity so I can hear it beep when electricity can flow, and I'm going to reach way back and put my two probes on the element, which is the thing furthest back away from you, to see if I get a beep. If I get a beep,
well, the element's good.
The element is okay, the thing that makes the heat. And that's less common that would break, but the thing closest to me, that's the thermal cutout or thermal fuse, and that one does not beep, so I know electricity can't flow through it, and that's why it's not heating. So I'm going to pull the wires off. You might even need to use pliers to kind of wiggle these wires off. There's two of them. Again, make sure you have it unplugged. And then we're going to remove two Phillips head screws that are holding it in. It's kind of cool though. We have pretty good access just from the back here. We don't have to really remove many panels, so this is a pretty fast job. Take out these two screws, and we'll pull out the thermal fuse and check it. Here's what the thermal fuse looks like, and I'll put it in the description below too so you can order it. It's pretty cheap. It's only like $7. And I just took out the old one, and I'm going to test it again with my continuity tester. It should beep when I put the probes on the two terminals, but I'm not getting any beep. If you were in a pinch and you didn't have a new thermal switch or thermal fuse, if you bang it down really hard against a hard surface like concrete or metal, sometimes that'll reset it, but we do recommend that it's better to put in a new one. So here we have the new one. We're going to put the little Phillips head screw into the hole, and I'm going to take my screwdriver and put it on the screw, put that screw into that hole, and then I'll use both hands to bring that over to the hole in the heater, and I'll just start that screw in by turning it by hand just to get it going. It's a little bit awkward because you don't have a whole lot of room to work. And then I'll grab the other screw and do the same thing. I'll put that in the bottom, just get that in by hand, and then I'll use my screwdriver to get those tight. So the thermal fuse probably will blow because the vent tube has a bunch of lint that's built up in it, or it got crimped and the heat can't leave the dryer as fast as it should, so it overheats. So I'm going to tighten those up. So when you get done, make sure you check your vent tube, and when you put your hand on the outside when the air comes out, it should feel really strong like a hair dryer. If it doesn't, you may need to clean that vent tube or see if it might be pinched somewhere. So we got those tight, and then we're going to put those two wires back on the terminals. We're just going to push them in and wiggle them on, and we're almost done. After that, we'll just put the vent tube back in. You want to kind of look in to make sure it's on the housing in the back, and then you're going to put your access cover back on, and then there's a couple of screws to hold it in. This access cover has a couple of tabs on the bottom that have to fit back in, and then add the screws in. And then on this model, we have to put a water hose back on for steam. Some models don't have that, but we'll have to reattach that, turn the water back on, and put the vent tube back on that takes the air out away from the dryer, away from the house, and then we'll plug it in and give it a test. So I'm just making sure those bottom tabs are in, and then I'll put those screws in. So this is a really common thing that happens with the Samsung electric dryer, and again, it's easy to fix. It takes a few minutes, and it's just due to the vent tube, this thing being clogged. So I got that hose back on. I'm turning the water back on for the steam. And then I'll go ahead and push the dryer back in. I'll put the 220 cord back on. Make sure the vent tube is not pinched. And then when I started it, gave it power and started it up, it did really good. It had heat right away, and that solved the problem. So back to normal. Thanks so much for watching our video. We really appreciate your support. And when you get a chance, please press the subscribe button below so you can be subscribed, and also the notification bell so we can send you more videos about appliance repair. Please also give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you really liked the video and it really helped you, please press this new applaud button and you can show your support and also get a nice clapping hands for your video. Thanks again.